Good morning. This is your Math 5 video for Tuesday, May 5th, and we are discussing metric, units of measurement. Today we're going to be talking about capacity, and we're going to be talking about mass. Okay, so on your first page on lesson 140, I hope you're looking at it, it talks about capacity, and that's like if we hold something. So a lot of times when we bake, we might say a cup, or half a cup, third cup, that sort of thing, or quarts. But today we're going to actually be talking about the metric unit called the liter. And you see over on the side, they give you about the size of a liter. And I think that it would, if you think about a 2-liter soda, so the big sodas, okay, and cut that in half, that's about 1 liter. So picture a 2-liter bottle cut in half, and that will help you picture how much 1 liter is, okay? And that would fit in that big measuring cup they have there. Now, if we were to take that 1 liter cup and we were to cut it into 1,000 little pieces, that's how much a milliliter is. So a milliliter is really small. 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. Okay, so when we measure medicine, if you can picture the little medicine cups, those are measured in milliliters. Okay, so 1 is really small because it's 1,000th of 1 liter. Okay, so milliliters are really small. So for number 1, it says, which would you use to measure lemonade for a party? Milliliters or liters? Well, you would say liters, so you'd put an L in that blank. Okay, move down to the orange box. It says multiply to rename liters as milliliters and divide in the purple box to rename milliliters as liters. Well, now that we have our conversion, we can do some math problems with it. They want to know, well, 2 liters equals how many milliliters? Well, written right underneath here, I bet that becomes pretty obvious, doesn't it? But let's do it mathematically so we can figure it out. Okay, so if this is my problem, remember I want to write my conversion above, which it pretty much is written above, isn't it? I want to make sure liters to milliliters. My number is getting bigger, so I multiply. Good. What do I multiply? The 2 numbers that I have to multiply. What's 1,000 times 2,000? Well, 2 times 1 is 2. 3 zeros, so 2,000. I bet that was pretty obvious to you. Sometimes it won't be that clear, so make sure that you know how to do those conversions. Okay, but in the next problem, in the purple box, they give us 7,218 milliliters equals how many liters? So we have a different problem here, right? And if we do this, then we have to say that 1,000 milliliters equals 1 liter. Notice how I have my milliliters and my liters lined up. I had to switch, right? I had to flip this unit of conversion. So now my number is getting smaller, so I need to divide. Okay, so I'm going to take the 2 numbers that I have to divide, 7,218. Now I can remember that if I'm dividing, I can move my decimal to the left, however many zeros I have. Okay, but that one's a little bit harder to remember if you're supposed to go left or right. Or I can just do the division problem, divided by 1,000. Okay, so 1,000 will go into 7,000 7 times, correct? No, sorry. Can 1,000 go into 7? No. Can 1,000 go into 72? No. Can 1,000 go into 721? I almost made the mistake and did not see where my first number should go. 1,000 can go into 7,218 7 times. This is where my first answer goes. So 7 times 1,000 is 7,000. Subtract, I'm left with 218. Now, can I use a remainder or a fraction? No, this time I want to use a decimal point. So remember, I have to add my decimal point, add a 0, annex the 0, bring down the 0. Now, how many times can 1,000 go into 2,180? 2 times. 2 times 1,000 is 2,000. I need to annex a 0. Okay, how many times will 1,000 go into 1,800? 1 time. I hope you see what's happening here. 1 times 1,000. I have 800 left over. Okay, So I need to annex another 0. And how many times can 1,000 go into 8,000? 8 times, and that will multiply out evenly. So 7.218. Can you see how we move the decimal point 3 zeros to the left to divide? Okay. If you need to do the math, just do the math, okay? If you're not sure which way to move the decimal point, that's a little confusing to you, make sure that you know that you can always work it out mathematically because you have those skills and you're able to do this type of division problem. Okay, so let's look at the back page. So on page 352 on your worksheet, it says, in the purple box, it says metric units of mass include milligram, gram, and kilogram. So this was all units of capacity, like holding a liquid. So holding that soda or your milk or your water, okay? But if we want to weigh something and see its mass or its weight, we would use grams, okay? So we would use the gram. And the gram, remember, is about the weight of a paper clip. So picture holding a paper clip in your hand, and that's about the weight of a gram. Okay? Now, if I put 1,000 paper clips together in a box and sold them, which actually wouldn't be a very big box, would it? It would equal something similar to the feeling of a pound or a 5-pound bag of sugar, somewhere in there. So you kind of think way weightier, right? Put 1,000 paper clips, and that is equal to a kilogram. Okay, that's equal to a kilogram. So 1 gram equals 1,000 kilograms. Okay, so 1 gram equals 1,000 kilograms. And if we were to take that little piece of my one paper clip and I cut that paper clip into 1,000 pieces, well, one paper clip, cut it into 1,000 pieces, and I picked up one of those pieces, which is going to be about the size of 1 piece of salt, okay, then that would equal 1 milligram. So 1 milligram, okay, is, well, sorry, 1 milligram is equal to a little piece of salt. Okay, so 1 gram is equal to 1,000 milligrams. Okay, so I have 2 conversions that I'm using now: grams to kilograms and grams to milligrams. And I did this one wrong, I'm so sorry. It's 1,000 paper clips equals 1 kilogram. Okay? All right, so now we have our 2 conversions. Sorry about that confusion. All right, and if you'll see on the bottom of your purple box, you'll have those. 1,000 milligrams equals 1 gram, and 1,000 grams equals 1 kilogram. Okay? So, on number 22, what would we use to measure a nickel? Well, we would use grams, right? Because we could take a nickel and see how many paper clips equaled it. Okay? So you're just going to say what you would use. Now we're going to do some math, okay, with what we've learned about kilograms, grams, and milligrams. So in the orange box, it wants us to convert 3 kilograms equals how many grams? Okay, well, I have to write my conversions above, which is 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. My number is getting bigger, so I multiply. I multiply the numbers that I know, and I get 3,000. Okay? Now we're going to divide. 93,278 grams equals how many kilograms? Okay? So I write what I know above it, which is that 1,000 grams equals 1 kilogram. My number's getting smaller, so I divide. Okay, so I'm going to divide by what? 1,000. I have 3 zeros, so I'm going to go to the left 3. 1, 2, 3. So my answer is 93.278. What else can I do? What else can I do? I can actually divide this number and do that division problem if I forget that I can move my decimal point to the left, however many zeros I have here. Okay? And you can work it out that way. All right, so you're going to be doing some converting from milliliters and liters, and also milligrams, grams, and kilograms. Okay? Make sure that you Marco Polo me if you need help.